I always find it fascinating that people tell me after church, oh, Pastor, we like your children's sermon better than your adult sermon. It's so much easier to understand. I want you to think about that for a minute and what you're saying to me. Maybe it's because we're all children in God's kingdom, and a simple little message is good for us. So Shelby, thank you for being with us in church today. I know you go to preschool, and so I'm wondering if you can help us with the words to a song that we sing sometimes. It starts off, I'm bringing home a baby. What's the next two words? I'm bringing home a baby. Bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm bringing home a baby.
Bumblebee.
Buzzy, 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 ouch!
It stung me.
It stung me. Very good. Have you ever watched a bee buzzing around a garden? We have bees sometimes at our school, and they get attracted to the food that children waste and throw on the ground. And sometimes they'll see a bee and they'll panic, oh, a bee, a bee, oh, oh, a bee, a bee, a bee. And they're running around and they're scaring the bees. And I tell them, don't do that. If you just leave the bee alone, the bee will leave you alone. Although actually, I don't mind. Because if the bee stings you, it loses its stinger and leaves it into your skin. Which means now it can't sting me. That's a pretty cool deal. Thank you so much. Bees. They're busy gathering pollen and distributing it from flower to flower and bringing things back to the hive so they can make honey and serve their queen. Notice, guys, it's the ladies who are in charge of the kingdom. The rest of us are simply drones, worker bees. That's okay. They just let us think we're in charge. And I have no problem with that whatsoever. I'll take all the title and none of the responsibility. Happiness. What is it that makes you happy? Is it a Super Bowl win for your favorite team? Is it a bonus check that comes to you in the mail? Yes, ma'am. What makes you happy?
It's a heart. And flowers.
It's going hiking up in the mountains?
No.
Oh.
Hearts and flowers.
Hearts and flowers?
And some bows.
Okay, I confess,
dresses.
I have a difficult time understanding your answer when your body's going all over the place.
There we go. Thank you.
Okay. How about somebody who's sitting still? What makes you happy? Yes, young lady in the front.
Bows and flowers.
Flowers,
Dresses.
hearts and dresses.
Okay, so flowers and dresses.
And hearts.
And hearts.
Dresses. No, not cars, silly.
I said hearts. Thump, 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 thump.
And dresses.
And dresses. Okay, so dresses with hearts on them.
Yes.
I'm
And
so
bows.
confused.
And bows.
And bows.
And bows. Dresses with
And
hearts and bows.
princesses. And flowers.
You realize the more you explain, the less I understand? Later on, draw a picture for me, please. Hey, we all want to be happy, don't we? I mean, wasn't there a song several years ago, happiness is 2 kinds of ice cream and things like that? Funny how Jesus talks in our gospel lesson for this morning. He doesn't talk about being happy. He talks about being blessed. I was chatting with somebody online earlier this morning, a New York Yankee fan of mine, a friend of mine from New Mexico. The guy she thought was going to be the love of her life turned out to be a real poop head. And she was feeling sad about that. And I said, well, that too can be a blessing from God. There are only two kinds of relationships in this world. There's true love and there's practice. And you can take it from me, I've been remedial. I went through a lot of practice before I finally discovered what true love was all about. So, being blessed is recognizing that there are so many things that God uses every single day to bless us, to make our lives wonderful. Let's join in singing our next hymn, Pass It On.